Today on the Whiskey Entitled, we'll be talking about WhiskyTube, which sounds like uh, British underground tunnel transit for whiskey, but no, we're just talking about the mashup, talking about the mashup of whiskey and YouTube. I'm lost. We've had enough to drink.
Roll the intro.
Roll them. Oh man, forgot the intro. For the record, I have not had any whiskey except for the very 2 sips I've had, and obviously I've forgotten all of English.
You sure that's whiskey, man? That looks like one of those fancy glasses.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a fancy glass. This is where's the chat? I can't. This is super fancy glass. Man, it looks so pretty in the light. By the way, Baccarat crystal designed by Christophe Pillet. It's got 2 little lines on the side to let you know how much to fill it up, which is absolutely crazy.
Really?
Detail, yeah,
bring it in. Bring it in.
We wouldn't have noticed.
Bring it in.
You can't. You're not gonna be able to see it.
Dots?
There's like 2 tiny.
Oh, I see a line.
There's two tiny white lines. Yeah, so 2 tiny lines to tell you how much to fill it up to, and then of course the logo on the front, and then yeah, no, it being legitimate crystal.
Yeah, I know. I'm
so yeah.
every glass now, and I can't get that. Glencairn. Can I get a Glencairn? See that?
So yeah, so there was a second one that showed up on eBay, and there were like 8 people watching it. I thought somebody would snipe it, so I put the lowest bid in, and then I woke up the next morning and it was like, you purchased a glass, and I was like,
Can you share with the crowd how much you paid for that glass?
Shipped $140.
What? And the guy was trying.
These were the 2 cheap. These are the 2 cheapest ones that you could get, and it's from the same guy who sold me this one for $205. So.
Wow.
Yeah, $350 for 2 of these glasses without having to do any crazy things. And also, if you're in the DC area and you really like Remy, Louis Vuitton, it's available at Costco for $26.99.
Which is kind of surprising that Costco is the price you can get. Like, you can go to Costco to get a really good price on something that's supposed to be so,
Simone.
high end.
Why? Costco's got Balvenie 40 year right now.
Oh,
for
I know, but like
bucks.
Louis Vuitton, they're all like prestige and stuff. And you're like, Costco? I don't know.
Yeah, no, Costco. So think about it like this: Costco is the #1 importer of French wine in America. Literally, no one imports more French wine than Costco. Costco is a huge name.
High-end French wine or just volume? It's just volume, right? So.
It's just volume.
Yeah. Hey, Ton, how you doing? Eric, how you doing?
Yeah. How much is what at Costco?
I think he's asking for the Louis Vuitton. 26.
Oh, the Louis Vuitton was $2,700. Yeah, $26.99. Yeah, I that's what I said before we were in California. I was pretty sure I was right, but I checked it again today, and yeah. Actually, if you're in the DC area, they've got ends for $54 right now. They've got Eagle Rare for $25. They have a lot of good stuff right now for real cheap. Yeah, no. Right now at Costco, they've got a swath of things.
So you got a fancy glass.
Costco is glass.
I got a fancy glass too.
Ooh, you got a fancy glass too.
I know, right? So this is the Bourbon Glass from Denver and Lively. Met up with Denver when we were in San Francisco. Batch 1.
Such a cool guy.
Yep, fun guy.
Like, such a cool guy.
We're trying to get him on today, but it kind of fell through.
Malted?
But yeah, so trying to test this out. So it's going to be a while for me to actually give you a proper review on it. But the smell does change for me. But taste-wise, not yet. I haven't really dived into it. So. No
man bun today. I just combed my hair back when I got out of the shower.
I know, man. He looks like a Amish guy. Shaved his mustache.
Wait a minute, Shimon. You're gonna be in Baltimore next weekend?
Well, that means.
Wait a minute. Shimon, are you really gonna be in Baltimore next weekend?
This construction.
Wait, are you?
I don't think he's joking. I think he will be.
Shimon, are you gonna be Christina's date?
Bum bum bum! Someone spoiled it.
Oh boy, I already know what's happening. Shimon, I guess I'll see you next weekend. Is that what you're saying? Man, you guys are making me think I didn't buy enough food for my own shindig.
Yeah, I try to figure. I gotta figure out what airport it is, man, because I might have found flights.
Yeah, hurry up.
With the homeless in San Francisco, no, we did not share our whiskey, but we thought about sharing that 25 though. That was kind of funny.
Oh, malted in Montreal. For the record, like, man, I think we talked about it last week. So many stinking homeless people in San Diego or San Francisco. Like, I've never seen that many homeless people in one place in my life.
Yeah, it was very surprising. Sad.
Oh, your niece is getting engaged. Shimon, if you're gonna be like in that area, come on. I mean, you're probably on the other side of the 695 Beltway.
I know I should, right, Jason?
Yes. Bring you some Westland. Bring it east.
Oh man, some Westland. Holy bejeebies, man! That bottle over there. Crazy. Your wife cried.
No, yeah, no, I totally get it. Like, if you have a heart for the homeless, believe me, like, your heart will be broken in San Francisco, without a doubt.
But yeah, so what's in your glass? You didn't tell us. You just showed us your fancy glass. You didn't tell us what was inside it.
It's on. This is, in case you guys don't know, released on the East Coast this time first, and not on the West Coast. This is the brand new Glenfiddich Fire and Cane.
Jealous, man.
And
Jealous.
as always, I would tell you guys, like, when I bought it myself, and this cost me a grand $57.
Oh, I was like a grand. I'm like, what the? Really?
No, a grand $57. Like,
grandiose of 57.
But yeah, so it's there are things that are interesting about this bottle. One, if you take a razor blade to the back of it to take the back label off, it will take off whatever. They have a tinted film on it to make the color ombre, like the label and everything else. So actually the glass is tinted.
Oh,
so
really?
Side note, if you're a photographer, you're going to shoot this bottle, it is actually covered in
film?
tint. I learned the hard way when I scratched it all off and I had to redo the back of the bottle. And the second thing about the bottle is it tastes good. Every time I pick it up, it's different, and I hate it, and I love it at the same time. It's got the sweetness of the rum and like really, really good mandarin orange sweetness if you love rum, and it's just got this sugary punch along with the apples from Glenfiddich. And then every once in a while, I pick it up, $57 malted. I'm sorry, I meant a grand $57, like cheap, like this a grandiose amount of money in the form of not a lot of money. But every once in a while I pick up the Fire and Cane and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's only 5 ppm, but every once in a while I pick it up and I'm like, this is like Lagavulin, and it's okay, but it could be better.
So we all know you're a Glenfiddich fan, right?
Yes.
So in the group of the 4 releases right now, so you have the IPA, the Project 20, the Winter Storm, and now the Fire and Cane. How does it rank for you so far?
For me, number 2. For me, IPA is still number 1.
Wow.
This is number 2.
Okay.
Number 3 obviously goes to whichever one you want. And number 4, like Project 20 really didn't wow me like it wowed a lot of people.
Man, I love it.
And
I love it more than
the
IPA.
Winter Storm's okay.
Yeah.
I want to try the Winter Storm at cast strength because it seems like that's the way to have it. It seems like that's the enjoyable way.
They have sample bottles of that, don't they?
The ambassadors have allegedly sample bottles of it that I'm trying to finagle my hands on to just get a little sample.
Yeah, so for me, I know the 3, the Winter Storm didn't wow me, so I'll probably put that down no matter what. The 20 and then the IPA. So I'm hoping that it's either number 1 for me, the Fire and Cane, or number 2. I do like a rum
If
finish,
you like a little bit of peat, it'll probably take over, and the rum finish sweetness carries so well.
And I'm warming up to peat, so it might be up my alley. So I'm very excited.
Warming up to peat.
You know, hey dude, think about it though. Like some of the peat stuff we had, I thought it was okay, and you were like still no. So I'm getting there. Getting there.
Yeah, no, I'm not pulling the Ben method and just drinking Lafroig for 30 days until I force my palate to love it.
Jen should have some.
Jenny Wren has some. Oh, so Mark has drinking all of. To speak about Glenfiddich Ambassador specifically, Mark's drinking all of his. Tracy has some, and I've kind of talked to her. She's got a lot going on. So yeah, and then I've never talked to Jenny Wren. She's on the other coast, but I guess I could ask her.
Yeah, malted. I actually have the 15 Solera. I actually haven't cracked it yet. So.
Wait, which one? 15 Solera? The 15 regular Solera or 15 cast strength?
It's not cast strength for sure.
Because a 15 cast strength is.
Damn.
Sherry bomb. Sherry bomb's so good.
Alrighty, so is that the only bottle you picked up today, or? Because I did not.
No, I picked up one more bottle.
Go for it.
For everybody who's a giant fan of Rick and Morty, I did pick up a bottle of Elijah Craig that has "I'm Pickle Rick" written right there in the middle on the bottom. So yeah, Pickle Rick.
So what was it? Was that just like
if you guys like Rick and Morty?
Was it a barrel select?
I don't know whose it is or where it came from. I just know that when I saw it online for sale in a secondary group, I knew I needed it in my life.
That's funny. That's a good sales pitch. Because I've seen some bottles of
what
was it? Elijah Craig as well, the older bottles with stickers made by the independent bottlers or whatever.
So I don't know about those. I know I would buy one that says Wubba Lubba Dub Dub on it. But sorry, I get distracted by chat. Like really.
Yes, Eric.
Peter White, the Glenfiddich 15 Distillers Edition that they have at the travel retail is the cast strength. That's what's available, and it's really good. Eric, you're saying, do you guys like Oban?
I do.
Oban 14 and Oban 18 absolutely
I like
great. And even Little Bay,
yeah, no, Little Bay.
like they balance. It's not even the peat. They're like smoke masters. They're good at getting you peated smoke without it tasting like Ardbeg peat. And I don't know what it is. Just like I don't know. Smoke is so good.
I like it.
Like Buna does the same thing. They can give you smoke without giving you nasty peat. And Bruichladdich, obviously, they do the same thing too.
Yeah, I like the barrel proof. You don't have that's not the barrel proof, is it? That's the regular.
Which one?
Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig. I've got some bottles of the barrel proof, but this is just the regular. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the barrel proof. All right, so into the topic. You want to go
It's a little hot if you're a beginner. Dude, barrel. I watched a guy almost choke to death in a tasting because he just like. Yeah, it was crazy. Barrel proof will kill you.
All right, so to the topic, WhiskyTube. So we're gonna talk about like our little WhiskyTube journeys, and then recommend people like Multi Montreal, Eric Waite, stuff like all those stuff. But just overall, I kind of wanted to talk about just being in the little group of WhiskyTubers. So if you guys don't know already, they're a little group called the WhiskyTube, which is most of the WhiskyTubers that you guys follow on, of course, YouTube. Small little group of guys get together. To be honest, it's a smaller community than Instagram, I feel. I don't know about you all, how you feel about it, but we kind of like our own little silos and stuff like that, and we either do reviews or talks like this. But overall, it's a nice little small community that we help each other out. But it is insane about how much numbers matter on YouTube compared to Instagram. Like,
yes, and it's unfortunate.
That's how I feel.
But I think so. It's taken a really, really long time to get the first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's just happened. But it took a while on Instagram too. But then Instagram started snowballing, and I think it seemed easier than YouTube. YouTube, a lot more of a pain in the butt. And it takes so much more work too. That's the thing about it that I just don't understand. It's like they reward these people who are putting like 3 videos a day, but at the same time, it's like, what do you do if you have a full-time job?
And what's hard is like it's definitely the algorithm is strong on YouTube compared to Instagram, where I feel as though that you have to either post every day or you have to have like 15-minute content or 10-minute content where you get most people watch time. So if you guys don't know already, for our show, we'd run a 30-minute show. About 15 minutes is where people drop off. So most people that's live on a chat, they'll stay the whole time because they're interacting with us. But once you're like offline and stuff like that, it's about 15 minutes for most people. So that shows the algorithm that people are like, okay, these guys are getting bored after 50 minutes. They're going to drop them off, so they won't promote it as much. Plus on YouTube, being alcohol kind of focused, it definitely doesn't hit the younger audience, which is a great thing. But most people on YouTube right now are the younger generation, are the people that are below 21 years old, so they're not fit for our content. So it's even harder to break through. There have been people who have done it. I think what was it, the Whiskey Tribe guys? They're popping videos every day, and that's the only way that they're like of course they do great content, but that every day is helping them out because then people are watching them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. So, but yeah, 1,000 subs, man.
Thank you, thank you, Malted. So sorry, I have to go through the stuff in the chat. Comparing the Oban to the Amaret Fusion is pretty good because the Amaret Fusion is just a bunch of smoked mangoes, and that's so good, the combo. Malted in Montreal, I totally agree with you there. You said YouTube pays and Instagram doesn't, and I think it's in. So can you just monetize YouTube by clicking a button that says monetize? Absolutely. Is it actually worth monetizing? It depends on your CPM, and there's too much detail that goes into that. But if you look at all the larger channels on Instagram, especially if you follow the ones that are about building channels, pretty much everybody's find another way to make money on YouTube. That's it. Like the larger channels on YouTube, but they all say to like just find other ways to make money. So all of them are selling merch, all of them are selling T-shirts, all of them are selling whatever swag it is that they have that they're trying to sell to everybody and get out there, and then Patreon on top of all that, which Scotch and Stiff is about to go live on Patreon. But it's like, if you can have people who love you support you, that's more useful than having a bunch of advertisers who don't know you throw you pennies when you get 1 million views.
Yeah, like to be honest, like we only have a couple of people in Patreon, but I know they care about us. I know they want to see us produce more content. So I think that's more valuable than a brand trying to give us money. It's like, you guys want to help us out. We're trying to give you guys as much information and keep you guys entertained. To be honest, I think that's where the biggest thing for me is the entertainment value. Like, we spend maybe an hour, 2 hours for our YouTube, so we can provide you guys with content, which, every Tuesday you guys, tune in, join the chat, talk to us about stuff. And it's like our little group together. I don't know, you guys have boys night or girls night or whatever, it's kind of like that. Girls night.
Yeah. Super chats is like one thing that I was really excited about when I got to 1,000, but then like Patreon happened and I was like, super chat is cool if you're gonna go live and you're gonna do a giant live show. Like I love what the Scotch SMEs do where they do like the 12 hours of boom, because the 12 hours of boom, that's got to be awesome for them. And at the same time, like it's a great time that you can capture at least half of the world because you're going 12 hours. So probably all the audience in the part of the world where you're supporting in the first place are gonna have a chance to see you in that time zone somewhere, and they can always like just throw money your way if they're feeling it that day. So that's definitely an awesome feature.
The only problem with
holding
the YouTube super chats right now is I want to say a large portion, but like let's say 30% of the portion actually goes to YouTube. Where Patreon, it's a lot larger. I think it's like 80 or 90% goes to the. Is it more than 90?
It's like, I think it's 90 or 95% that goes to the the actual like person.
So a lot of time, like especially the larger YouTubers, they usually talk about saying like, hey, you know, if you really want to help out, support the Patreon. It's a lot better. You actually get rewards instead of you just blurting out your question and stuff like that. And that's kind of what we're trying to work on right now. For me personally, I feel as though that the YouTube community is a lot more behind the brand or behind who you are, because you guys are investing your time. Like you guys are sitting here for 30 minutes talking to us, investing your time in us. While on Instagram, people are just scrolling through. They're not. I don't know if they're engaging as much. You know, are they reading all your posts? That kind of stuff. So, in that sense,
you have to create that engagement.
Yeah. But like, will they?
You know, you really have to work to create that.
It's not like people are sitting there for 30 minutes looking at your post, right?
I mean, they'll be sitting there for 30 minutes scrolling through Instagram, but looking at one post, I mean, you're not going to write 30 minutes worth of words. No. But I can honestly say, like, Single Malt Alliance, Ben, when I first started, like, I used to read his stuff, and he would do, like, 3 or 4 comments worth of
chats.
Here's stuff to say about this dram. Yeah. Exactly. And, you know, you just read through it. You find yourself, like, 5 minutes later, and then you're like, oh, let me comment on this since I just spent 5 minutes of my life reading about it.
You know, it's really interesting how, like, and a lot of people are like, oh, you got, you know, let's say you got 100,000 followers on Instagram, but you only got 1,000 people on YouTube. Like, the audiences are so different too.
Yes.
And like, a lot of people don't understand that. So like, you know, that's the reason why like I enjoy communicating with you guys on YouTube, and then actually checking you guys out on Instagram, because that's kind of where I talk, and then checking Instagrammers out and see if they actually move over to YouTube, which is kind of fun too.
Yeah, trying to get people. So that's funny because I think when me and my brother were doing it together and we broke like 5,000, we were like, let's start a YouTube channel and try to pull people over. And we were like, so many people are gonna move over to YouTube, and we like struggled to break 100 subs. And I was like, is this the real life?
No, but and it's crazy how like I know Instagram at the start you're looking at numbers like how many followers I get, how many likes I get, and stuff like that. But eventually, you know, like with me anyway, I kind of just like screw it, it's done. But with YouTube, it's so much about the numbers, which is sad, because then a lot of people are like, maybe I should make content that's more clickbaity. Maybe I should make more content that's this and that, and maybe I should review a Macallan instead of a unknown brand, and so on and so forth. And it gets really judgmental, and it goes to like,
I mean,
you know, it depends, right? For some people, like, I'll review it no matter what, but if you're trying to chase the numbers and stuff like that, you got to go what's working.
Instagram does exactly that, though. Like what you're saying, we talked about that before, where like if you pop crazy bottles on Instagram, you will get follows. You will Scotch Father, Scotch Whisperer. Like think about the people you know that pop these like 10, 20, $50,000 bottles. You're gonna get crazy followers, and they're gonna be like, ooh, look at this amazing stuff. Because some people are on there and they want luxury. Like that's what they want. They want
that they can't
this is how to look like you're rich. Yeah, they want to look rich, as opposed to like if you're trying to actually put out meaningful content to people and like trying to drive people to the content, it's a lot harder.
I'm gonna do a Wally here. Multiple Montreal. No, In-N-Out is not just Burger King, dude. No.
What?
No.
You what? No.
Burger King's gross, dude.
Burger King couldn't do animal style if it hit him in the face like with a baseball bat.
No, sir.
Is that
No, sir.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Who are these people?
Oh my gosh, you guys are drunk so early. Who are you?
Who are these people? These are our followers, really?
Double animal style is my jam. Oh my gosh.
I have to admit though, like animal style fries is great, but then if you just do regular fries, it tastes like shit. Just FYI.
Also, so being a Maryland person, if you're really into fries, just fries in Old Bay. It will blow your mind. Like Old Bay is so good.
Yeah, Eric, to be honest, that's a great way to think about it. But a lot of people, when they start out, they don't think that way. And I have to admit that.
Well, it's because.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say it's because some people are literally chasing, just I don't know, notoriety on YouTube or Instagram. Somehow that's supposed to get you something, but I don't know. I've got mixed emotions about all of it.
I don't chase numbers or trends. I pursue my passions and invite others to join me. Like, which is a great.
Do not read the comment under that.
which is great, right? But the problem is like, and people say if you build it, they will come. You can make and I'm gonna relate this to Instagram, where you take hours to do a post, and then you take a picture in your liquor store and you take a picture, and that gets way more. Like, it's not that they'll build it, they'll come. It's the fact that you have to be very productive. You have to go post every day to even survive on YouTube to get a following. Once you get that following, then you can start going on to your every other week or whatever. You don't think that way?
So I'm not getting 50 followers a week, but I try to. I mean, like, if you guys have seen Scotch and Sniff's channel, I try to put out the best quality content with as much information as I possibly can put out there. Jack and the Crack is pretty good. ADD. So I try to put out as much quality content as possible, but I only post, and I haven't posted in almost a month, once a week.
Fries, by the way.
Like, literally, I post 1 day a week, and 1 day a week is all I need to post, because I feel like if I can post once a week and get out the best content that I can get, that's more valuable than me posting 3 times a day with garbage content. Now, don't get me wrong. While we were in San Francisco, having my video guy with me so that I could make a video that looked like something you would make in the middle of an event, because we did, having the ability to do that, to make like a short 2-3 minute video talking about what's going on, was absolutely amazing. Being able to afford 2 people's lives so that we can do that all the time, you're talking stupid dollars at this point. Or you're replacing 2 incomes.
That's what's crazy, right? Like, if you look at what's trending on YouTube right now, it's clickbaity titles or travel vlogs and stuff like that. People that want to escape. There's nothing really for this. It's what's interesting about this environment, the WhiskyTube environment anyway, is that and that's the reason why you did 1 minute whiskeys, right? You're in a store right now. You want to figure out what to do. You want to look at something, quick review, real quick, fast forward to the end if they like it or not. Very informational is kind of what our content is. But like you said, if we did those events every single week, that would take off. But
yeah, it'd be one thing. But I mean, you'd have to imagine the amount of work it would take to put in that many events, that many times, that often. Like, it'd be bonkers. Once a month would be a poo ton of work. I can't imagine once a week. You'd be losing it.
Yes, we got Tuesday on lock, even though people still try to stream at the same time as us. I don't know why they do it. We don't change.
I don't mind if people try to. There's enough. So this is a concept that you have to learn. Like, as a photographer, this is something you had to learn. Like, I had to learn way early in the beginning. But a lot of people will tell you there's enough room at the top for everybody, and it doesn't feel like there is all the time, and it definitely doesn't sound like there is. But if you've ever gone looking for clients for something you're trying to sell, for any of you guys have ever had a business, like, your client is a specific person and a specific tribe of people. They're not everyone. Like, unless you're McDonald's, and even then, your client is not everyone, because all the vegans are gonna be like, bro, that's not my thing. There's so many people, so you're never gonna get everybody. But your goal is to be as specific about the people that you do want to grab, and those people are your tribe, and those people will follow you pretty much no matter what.
We hope so.
That's why I'm telling you, like, those are the people that, like, the people we want here are people who are willing to talk with us. So obviously we have people who are willing to chat, so that obviously makes you different than regular people, because a lot of people will watch and not chat at all. Like, the 19 people watching, how many people are chatting? So I mean, like, so
we see you.
So there are people who are willing to watch but not chat, and the people who are willing to chat, you've got to be willing to say something regardless of what it is. So you've already got a certain personality type that's going to be doing that. And so that's what we do here, you know. And in Scotch and Sniff, like you just said, 1 minute whiskeys, that idea came to me because I was like, man, what if you're in a rush and you don't know, and you know your basic idea of your palate, but you need some help getting this bottle you see on the shelf. It needs to be 1 minute or less. It needs to be quick. You need to be able to get in and out and get the information. And, like, providing that information in the most effective way possible is super important.
Yeah.
Do it for the hot chicks.
Sorry, man. We're good.
YouTube famous for the hot chicks?
YouTube famous. And yeah, okay, man. But yeah, so that's kind of what I was wanted to talk about, just like the struggles with it, because I know a lot of so the hard thing is, like, I know, like, you know, Montreal and stuff like that, you guys are kind of alone. Like, I at least have a buddy Wally, so we can talk about stuff. And it's always hard trying to chase those numbers and trying to hit that, you know, 1,000 mark, 2,000 mark, so on and so forth. But I just want to let you guys all know that thank you so much for supporting us through, I think we're about a year now doing this thing.
It has been a year.
It's crazy, right? Like, a year. And I just met you, like, freaking last week?
Yeah.
He didn't. Oh, here's a quick story, guys. So this is just a sharing with you, if you guys, 19 of you listening right now. So we did a photo walk on the Sunday, and we had to climb this freaking stupid stairs. And Wally's like, nah, man, it's too much. I'm like, all right. We walk around, and then the funny thing is, I go to him and go like, thank you for not murdering me. And then I think you had an epiphany in your head. You're like, thank you.
I had the same thought at the same moment. Like, man, what if this guy just pushed me off the side of this cliff and literally murdered me and no one knew about it?
What's funny is I legit moved to the side closer to the freaking field, too, just to make sure. I'm like, this guy's going to push me off and kill me. Thanks, man.
It's funny because I was looking over the edge of the cliff and I'm like, I don't want to die.
So, but yeah, just FYI. Yeah.
My AA sponsor. Oh, no.
Wow, dude. You got some close connections with him. He's probably watching you real closely. But yeah, no, like, and if you guys don't know already, there's a bunch of people in here. Eric Wake's got a channel. Montreal's got a channel. Usually Scotch Just Dummies, Jason Whiskey Wise, all those guys there. And you probably know them already. Just give a follow, chat to them, say hi. You never know what they might be feeling. I've been giving positive reinforcement to a lot of people too. So, but yeah, it's a painstaking, but it's also very rewarding. Even though we only have like a couple, like with 200 subscribers or whatever, like
it's a labor of
those
love.
200 people are freaking awesome. We chat to most of you guys. If you're not chatting, hey, there's 17 people watching. We can see you. Say hi. But yeah, and definitely maybe next year or something, maybe we'll do a get together or something like that. Because to be honest, that was probably my highlight of the San Francisco trip, was just meeting everybody and meeting a Jam Dude who's usually in the chat and stuff like that. Meeting for the first time, which is kind of funny. He's all like, "I'm Jam Dude." I'm like, "Oh my god, you're Jam Dude." And he's like, "Oh, I'm Jam Dude. I'm Jam Dude. I got it. You're Jam Dude, dude. I got it." I'm like, "I got you." Like maybe I had that glazed look of like, "Who's Jam Dude?" I'm like, "No, you're in the chat, dude. I know you." It'd be very interesting to meet Shimon, because I don't think I've ever seen Shimon's face. So
I don't think I've seen Shimon's face either.
Yeah, so it'd be like shaking him.
Even we're friends on Facebook. I don't think I've seen his face. Now that I think about it.
You're high. Oh, really? You're high during the shows? You're pretty good. Pretty good at keeping it calm. I know Eric Waite does all his freaking crazy ass wine stuff, which is really interesting because I kind of want to go into sherries and stuff like that, and Oloroso sherry stuff, PX sherries, try and get difference. We have to ask him for that.
PX, Fino, Cream, Oloroso, Amontillado.
Armadillo?
What are the other ones? Not Armadillo. Amontillado. Shimon, I already said you.
Yeah. What
are the other? What are the other sherries?
We were talking about it the whole time, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, Pedro Jimenez. What else?
But yeah, any other questions, guys? If you guys have any questions,
Porto, thank you.
Let us know. I know this has kind of been like a weirdy episode. We just kind of wanted to just like to talk about WhiskyTube and how it's like to be in here. You know, we've been here for like a year now, so.
Paulo Cortado, yes. I mean, we were talking about all the different kinds of like YouTube stuff that there is for whiskey people, but it's weird because like you are actually more a part of the WhiskyTube community than I am. Matasalem, oh my goodness, yes, had some 30-year Matasalem from the Highland Park brand ambassador while we were
types of sherries?
Not Highland Park. Yeah, it was the Matasalem. Dang it, who was the one lady who gave me that sample of that 30-year? It was so freaking good. Oh my goodness. Oh, her name was the tall lady. You were there at San Francisco. Who was the tall lady? Not the Highland Park one. The lady who talked to us about, what did she talk about? Which was her? Dalmore. Yeah. The White and Mackay lady. Yeah, she had Matasalem 30-year sherry on her.
Kimberly Drake.
And I was like, hey, do you mind pouring? It was black. Yes, Kimberly Drake. Dude, that stuff was black in the glass, and it tasted like heaven. So good. Oh yeah, you got a card. Oh, sorry, your cards. I have a stack of cards. I should probably organize them.
Sadly, we did not have the King Alexander. That would have been pretty cool because I have the bottle here. I haven't opened yet. I would like to try that. So.
Oh, I have it. I can send you a sample. It's so good. I cracked that open in a heartbeat. I'd buy another one.
I love meeting.
So good. It's like my favorite.
You met Tom R. Oh yeah, I know you met Scott. You met Tom R. I know you met Whiskey Scout. You crushing beers over there, Eric? What kind of beers? But that's pretty cool. You met up with Tom R. because I see him a lot in the chat too. So that's pretty cool. I know. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of those Canadians can meet up in one place, but we should do like a whole event. I know a lot of people are going to meet up with Scotch Just Dummies for their event.
Yeah, I know.
Which is really cool, but I already priced it out, and I'm not.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, so, but I don't know. Maybe we should organize something. I don't know. I still think Chicago is like the center of everything.
We just gotta book it in advance to get everyone's tickets cheap. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But yeah, guys.
We just have to talk to Ben about where.
We'll take a look and see what we can do. Thank you so much for joining us for like basically a year. We've grown from 0 subscribers to about 200. We had about 5 people watching us. Now we have around 18 concurrent, so that's awesome.
No, Shimon, I can't make it.
Oh, boo. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We need to take a bottle pick or a picture. Oh, actually, we'll do the glass pick. How about that?
I can't make it to that event because I was thinking it was literally I spent $2,000 going to San Francisco.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Look at my hand model looking hands against this piece of fine Baccarat crystal. No, I'm only half black. These are just my regular nails, my regular Asian cuticle trim nails.
What? So yeah, since I'm Asian, I have to have like a freaking clean ass nails or something.
Yeah, you better get it. You better get your game together.
Man. All right, guys. And what does Wally say? And I've actually been using this term. Deuces. I actually have. Yeah.